It's a really hard thing when you've made choices that you don't really approve of, and you have to look at who you've become. We often reflect back on our past to be able to say who we are. For Marcus, he's made all kinds of decisions that you can tell from that sigh he doesn't really feel proud of. Removing his sheriff's badge, that part of why he's done all of this, badges and titles and things that we work so hard for, in the end, do they really matter? I think that our society has kind of put all this pressure to achieve something, but when we often reflect back on our life, is it really worth it? A lot of people, when they're spending more time looking back than looking forward, the things that we thought really matter, that society has told us that really matter, those status and titles and money and degrees, in the end, they don't. They aren't the things that actually bring us joy or even feelings of pride. It's the people and the relationships and the things that we've brought into the world that will stay even after we're gone. Like, he didn't look at his sheriff's badge and it brought him feelings of happiness. That didn't give him dopamine. And I love that when he hears his daughter, right away that look of disdain that he had for himself kind of melts away with this soft warmth. Her giggle brings him happiness.
About time Daddy joined us.
And now he knows that there's a threat to the things that really matter to him, his daughter. He's tried to protect her outside of this world, the world of the Undercity, of the seedy things that he's had to do. That realization that they're able to literally touch her brings that feeling of panic and anxiety over him.
You remember our old friend Vi, don't you? Vander's daughter? Her father went on a long trip. Isn't that sad? Could you imagine being separated from your father?
It's also kind of interesting that Silco also brings up Vander and his daughter, Vi.
Oops. Oh, so sorry. Accidents happen.
And Silco makes a really direct threat to Ren that if Marcus doesn't do what he asks, that something, an accident, may happen to her also. I think that it's really significant that he did it specifically to what she was building. Now, it's within Silco's wheelhouse to make threats against people, even children, but in this case, Silco's choice of target is much more pointed. And the reason that I think Silco does this is really well explained in this scene.
You said you could control her. I lost 6 officers. I can't make this go away for you unless you give me something to work with. Arresting her would be doing you a favor.
Marcus threatened Jinx, Silco's daughter. He made it personal without knowing how close Silco really is to Jinx and saying that it would actually be a favor to him if we got rid of her. That made it personal for Silco. So it was actually Marcus who walked over that line you draw in the sand not to bring in children into this battle. That's why I believe that Silco went after Ren. What if he threatened Ren? If Marcus hadn't have actually directly threatened Jinx, I'm not so sure about it. And he also found out that Marcus had kept Vi alive and she ended up getting out of his protective custody. And so also was a threat to Jinx staying with him. And I think that all of these things together made Silco have to escalate to make sure that Marcus was going to make right all of the things that he failed at.
Firelights have been a thorn in both our sides. The council has its culprit.
What if I'm not interested in playing along?
We've accomplished a lot together, Marcus. Sheriff.
And I think that that shows how strong, how far we'll go to protect the things that really matter to us, for Silco and for Marcus.
And there is more yet to achieve. I hope you can remain a part of it. For their families.
Silco's a master at manipulation, but he wasn't sure that these veiled threats would be enough. He wanted to let Marcus know that this would be the ultimate cost. The one thing that matters to Marcus more than himself, more than status, more than power, is his little girl. And if Silco feels that his world, his organization, and his child may be a threat, he's going to make sure that Marcus has to pay the same price. He's also reminding Marcus that the only reason that he even is a sheriff is because of what Silco put in place for him. If he doesn't play ball, his entire house of cards and his daughter is going to be on the line. And this is this turning point for Marcus, that line that he said that he's not going to be able to cross, that he will cross. I think that for many of us, we can really understand that what we would do for our family and our loved ones if they were the ones on the line. And it makes it so much more poignant of Marcus being put in these positions to have to do things that he really doesn't want to have to do. Because it's really hard to play in the mud and not end up dirty. In order to survive the Undercity, you have to have a razor-sharp wit, and unfortunately for Marcus, he didn't make the cut. Things may have been different had he used today's sponsor, Henson, for all of his shaving needs instead. Henson shavers are not gimmicky and they're not complicated. They're simple and precise. They're produced at an aerospace machine shop right here in Canada, where they make parts from everything from the International Space Station to the Mars rover. That's how Henson was able to build the best shaving angle right into the head design, 30 degrees, which makes it easy to shave well. Not like safety razors that can nick, cut, or irritate you if you shave at the wrong angle or the wrong pressure. And yes, you may have noticed that I'm no longer sporting my dwarven beard. Well, you may be sad or happy about that, but in the end, blame Henson. The blade sticks out only 27 microns. The built-in channels make it easy to remove hair and cream with just an easy rinse. And have you ever had that experience like me where you buy that perfect dress and you shave your legs and you end up with a cut instead of that sleek look that you were hoping for? Well, with Henson, you don't have to worry. And the best part is that this aerospace quality razor is designed to work with the standard recyclable blades. In fact, if you click on the link below or use the code Georgia Dow, they'll send you 100 blades for free with your razor. So just click on the link below and use the code Georgia Dow to get 100 free blades when you purchase a razor. Clicking on the button really does help out my channel, so thank you, and so does watching my playlist on your favorite reaction and explain videos on psychology. So let me know what were your favorite Marcus scenes, and how do you feel about him? Is he kind of a bad guy, kind of great to you? Do you feel any sympathy for the position that he had to be in, and in the end, losing his life because of it?